Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Elite Dangerous. Horizons has released a day or two ago. This is the first time I've really had a chance to play since it's been released. There is one problem though. Being the genius that I am, I'm still 7,000 light years away from civilized space. I have made the decision to turn back. I put out the question a little while back now about what I should do. Most of the responses were to turn back. Some people wanted me to keep on going, and I completely understand that opinion. But especially with the new content that's come out, and the fact that I can't face keeping on going forwards and then having to come back as well, I will be turning around. So today I'm going to try and smash out 7,000 light years of hyperspace, jumping, travelling, frameshift, driving, whatever. So that's going to be fun. So yeah, and sorry if my voice is a bit croaky or whatever. I spent a lot of time yelling last night while I was dressed up in a Santa suit because of reasons. So yeah, anyway. Let's get into it, I guess. I am going to be taking a slightly different route back home. If I bring up my galaxy map, this initial jump is 999.99 light years long, which is pretty much the exact limit of how far you can plot a route. So as you can see, I'm heading down this way. My ultimate destination is down here, and I'm going to try, and if I can find these things, where are you? Here we go. I'm going to try and swing by like the Elephant's Trunk Nebula and that sort of thing. The idea is that I'll be travelling back by a different route, so I'll still be finding or seeing stuff that I haven't seen before. Of course, as I get closer to this sort of area, there will no longer be unexplored stuff. Basically, it'll be stuff that I haven't seen, but other people have discovered it already. Once I hit that point, I'll probably just start, really just speeding through it and not bothering to go scan planets or anything, unless they look like Earth-likes, basically. So that is the plan. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to complete all of this. Like I said, I want to smash through it today, but odds are this is going to take 7 or 8 hours, I would say, and I do have other stuff to do. So it'll probably take a couple of days, realistically. But anyway, that's not really going to matter to any of you guys out there, because I'm just going to edit all this together. So yeah, let's get stuck into it, I guess. And I suppose I'll talk a little bit about Horizons before I start cutting through different things. So like I said, Horizons is released. I've done a video of this before in the beta. It's pretty cool. I'd say in its current state, I'm not sure how much depth it actually adds to the game. I just reset TrackIR a little bit, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I mean the whole idea of Horizons is that it's kind of a year of expansions. It's not just not just a single thing, so it'll continue to improve over time, I would say. But as it is, driving around on the planets is pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. The controls are a bit fiddly, takes a bit getting used to. I'd say it's probably a bit easier with a joystick or some sort of analog control. Doing it with a keyboard, I can imagine that being a little bit difficult. But yeah, it seems cool. There's also a basic kind of crafting system, which, once I find out what this is, I should be able to scoop from that. Let's go to the inventory. So you can see we've got a synthesis system here. Frameshift drive injection, that would be useful for what I'm trying to do. Basically lets you, on the premium levels, it gives you a 100% boost to your jump range, which would be very nice. Of course, the problem is I've got absolutely no way of collecting any of these resources because I don't have a SRV. So that's one of the main reasons I'm heading back. A lot of this stuff I think is probably too important to pass up on. And yeah, it's nice to be able to play around with some of that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to scoop from this star and hope that I don't blow myself up. That would be the fast way of getting home though.
Fuel scooping.
So yeah, so I think I'll probably just start fast forwarding at this point. It's going to be a long way to go. Hopefully it'll all go well and there won't be fiery death. Fiery death is the worst sort of death. Anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, it has been so long. Oh, it's been so long. It's probably been about 10 hours, I think, across, I think it's been 4 or 5 days. I was originally going to try and do it in 2 days, that just didn't happen. Anyway, we are 515 light years away from our destination, and our destination, of course, is the Sol system. Can I click on you, Sol? There we go. Because where else would you go after an exploration trip to hand in all your data but the birthplace of humanity itself, so on and so forth. So yeah, the Sol system, 515 light years, that works out to be 18 jumps. I am a little bit nervous because I'm still in open mode and I'm going to do this in open mode. That being said, I tend not to see a whole lot of players during my playtimes in Australia, but we'll see what happens. So you can see, I think I've actually travelled probably, I think I've done more travelling coming back than I did actually going out there. Because of the way I went, if we look at the galaxy map, I was, keep scrolling out, let's say I was somewhere up here, I don't know. I actually came back kind of like this, and then like this. So you see it's, it would have added a fair bit of travel time. I think it added a couple thousand light years by the end of it. But it meant we got to see a couple of nebulas and that sort of thing. We found a couple of Earth-likes, which was pretty cool. One of them had already been discovered, but the other one was completely fresh, which is nice. I think I found that pretty early on, actually. Also had a pretty close moment with jumping through one star to get to the point, which meant I started overheating pretty quickly. Had to get out of there. That's probably the closest call I've had. At least the closest call I had that wasn't my own fault. Let's put it that way. Because I have kind of toasted my ship a little bit by getting too close to black holes and that sort of thing. But yeah, that one was a bit interesting. Luckily, we got out of there before anything really happened, so it's all good. And what's been kind of interesting about this is that even though I'm really close to the bubble now, I'm still actually finding some undiscovered systems. I think that's probably because of the angle that I'm taking in. Because obviously when I was leaving, I was going out heading straight towards Sagittarius A, which is the same route that the majority of people take when they go exploration, or go out on exploration for the first time, I think. Obviously lots of these ones are discovered, so I'm not really bothering to scan anything at this point. But yeah, I mean, even, I think it was about 600 light years away from Sol, I found a system that hadn't been discovered at all. It wasn't a particularly good system, but it was still undiscovered, so it's interesting. And it goes to show, I mean, there are still systems, even now after about a year of release, a little bit more than that if you include Gamma, there are still some undiscovered systems out there really close to the bubble, so yeah, it's kind of interesting, I suppose. But yeah, so we'll carry on with, how far away am I? 17 jumps. We'll do another 17 jumps and we'll get to Sol. Hopefully nothing bad will happen. And there we go, we've made it back. And nothing bad happened. It's pretty cool being back. Obviously we're not quite back, we're not really safe yet, but it's pretty close. There's stations very close nearby that we'll dock at. I just wanted to have a look at this capital ship. It's been so long since I've been here. I think the last time I've actually been to the Sol system was probably back in Gamma, so yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, we have made it. So let's make it Abraham Lincoln.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll fly over here, we'll dock. It's probably going to be the most cautious docking you've ever seen before.
2, 1, engage.
And then we will commence the great sell-off of data. I've got no idea how much there's going to be. if we look at the stats, you can see I visited 1,237 systems. I think when I was heading out, it was around 600 visited, something like that. It might not even have been that much. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we're going to have a lot of stuff to sell. It'll be interesting as well to see the detailed scan stats be updated, because they'll only update once I actually hand in the data, I believe. So that'll be pretty interesting. And apparently I've also spent 1 week, 18 hours and 9 minutes playing Elite, which I probably didn't need to know that. But anyway, we're really close now. There we go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's been so long since I've seen a space station, unless you count Beta, in which case it hasn't been that long at all.
Docking request granted.
Alright, gonna take it nice and easy in here. There's no boosting or anything like that. Let's go full power to the systems as well. And this is why I've got shields on the ship too. Because obviously you don't need shields when you're exploring, but they're nice to have when you're coming back. Otherwise, you risk losing everything. There we go. Going to landing pad 1 as well. That's good.
Scan detected.
They know how important I am, so they've given me priority landing to the guy who hasn't been in civilized space for like 3 or 4 months.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's see how well this goes. Oh, we're a bit far off.
Docking successful.
We're done.
Engines disengaged.
We did it. We didn't quite do it. We didn't make it to Sagittarius A. It's a little bit bittersweet, you know. I would have liked to have actually made it all the way out there, but at the same time I'm so fucking glad to be back and have this done with. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think the first couple of hours of the exploration trip I kind of enjoyed it. The next couple, I kind of pushed through. And then after that I slowly started to dislike it. Until the end, like right at the end where I couldn't even face logging into the game because I didn't want to do it anymore. It's nice to be back. I kind of tossed up between coming here and going to Akinar, like the Imperial homeworld, because obviously I'm an Empire fanboy, but anyway, let's do this. Let's see how long this takes to load. I've never had to do a sell-off like this before, like of this number. So the very first page is 800,000 credits. Anyway, I'm not going to show all of this, we'll cut back to when I'm done. But let's have a look at what we got. Different numbers for detailed surface scans and everything. This one was worth a shitload. Okay, we're done. We've sold everything. I got a whole lot of first discoveries and everything as well. I think I made about 10 million credits. I'll put the exact number up on the screen in post, but obviously that's not the greatest financial gain for the amount of time taken, but I think we already knew exploration isn't the best way of making money. Looks like I might have ranked up in my exploration rank as well. Let's just see what that message is. As I reach over my microphone to try and find. So, promotion to Pathfinder and Trailblazer. Cool. So there we go. Pathfinder, 0%. Looks like, I think my my Federation rank progress went up by about 6% as well. So I guess that's one way of ranking up. Let's check out these stats, see if they've already updated. Yep. 701 level 2 detailed scans, and apparently 10,000 level 3 detailed scans. 10,000? Fuck me. That's a lot. 11.2 million credits profit from exploration. I think that was about 1.5 before, which would line up roughly with my 10 million credits profit. Well, there we go. It's done. The exploration pilgrimage is complete. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. I guess a bit of advice, if I could offer anything to anybody looking at doing the same thing. Just go out for a couple of hours or something. Like, go out a couple thousand light years before you do a massive trip like I did. See if it's actually what you want to do. Because, you know, what I found is once you get far enough out, it's actually a difficult decision to make whether to come back or not. Even if you're not enjoying it, it's a difficult decision to make because you feel like you've invested so much time into it already. You know, you don't really want to just give up on it. At least I didn't, but that's exactly what I did, and I kind of feel pretty good about it. So, yeah. Well, there we go. That's the end of a rather long little series that I've done. Even though the videos themselves weren't necessarily that long, there was a massive amount of time that went in, like, behind the scenes, I suppose. So I'm kind of glad that that's all done with. And now I can get on with the rest of the game. There's a lot of stuff to check out. All the Horizons stuff, obviously, different missions, different ships. Not that I'll be able to afford, or not that I'll be able to unlock some of the newest ships, given that I'm Petty Officer and Baron still. But anyway, at least I'll be able to start ranking up with that. But yeah, I guess I'll end this one here. So that is the end of the exploration pilgrimage. So thanks for everybody for sticking around through that. I know there's been people who have watched all the videos and stuff and left some pretty helpful advice and comments. Some of those comments probably saved my life at one point or another. You know, little things like throttling down after Super Cruise or frame shift and all the rest of it. It's all good stuff. But yeah, I think I'll end this one here. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.